New message from the elder, September 6, 2023, unpublished, and these are his predictions. Now, this has to do with what happened in Greece this summer, the tremendously terrible fires, the tremendous floods that we have, a quarter of meat, dairy, and produce production has been wiped out. We don't even know when that will resume, because a valley that was used for production of meat and produce has turned into a lake. But when on Sunday we opened up the Holy Bible with someone that was in our reading room, it fell to the prophet Sophonias, and it was terrible. It was, and we thought that perhaps there was something more coming, a third whammy. The first was the fires, the second was the tremendous floods, and it looks like it's not over yet. And we were afraid it could be earthquakes. You know, when flooding occurs, the fault lines get wet, the rocks on the fault lines get wet, and they can slip and slide that way much easier than when they're dry. Now, this is the new message from the elder, the Christian Orthodox elder. As soon as this terrible flood is over, because they are not over yet, 2 horrible earthquakes will follow. I don't know the time, maybe in Turkey or America, but also expect a great earthquake in Germany, he said, which has never happened. This German earthquake will be the result of a very strong earthquake that will shake the Earth's tectonic plates. Now, we know that there is a supervolcano in Germany that many people don't know is a supervolcano. Now, the next days or next weeks, God knows until then, 2 to 3 big earthquakes will happen, he says. Greece has taken from September 6th a period of grace to see the reaction of the clergy and the world. People will experience a great longing when they see that some pieces of earth from 2 countries will sink. One country faces east and the other southwest. He says you will see an awesome phenomenon happen, as if the earth was turned backwards. The waters will not respect the earth. They will break their ties with the earth, and they will rain trees, but also evil. I warn you that those are mine and remain mine. Those who ignored me will come calling. Something will happen at the borders of Switzerland and Germany. 2 to 4 Greek islands will be hit by earthquakes, but not catastrophically, he said. The only country that got a grace period could be Greece. Maybe the grace period will last forever, depending on people converting. And after that, no more fires or floods, but a devastating war, he says. I have searched and found earlier warnings by the elder and others regarding what you read earlier. There are no dates. It can all start at any time. The elder has been warning us since 2012 about geological phenomena that cause the sinking of parts of land, such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, etc. The sea will be drawn inward all over the world. Countries will sink. And the elder told us that in Greece we'll have floods and a lot of damage. It will be a chaotic situation. The earth will have subsidence. The trees will fall and disappear. That means, of course, obviously, we've had tremendous fires, not only in Greece, but for example, in Canada, now in the United States. Now, the earth will have subsidence, he said. The trees will fall, disappear. They will be swallowed by the earth. May God have mercy on us. NASA research published in the scientific journal Science Advances explains that since 1899, the Earth's axis of rotation has migrated towards Canada and is now approaching England. And I think here he's talking about the magnetic North Pole. The change is dramatic, says elder researcher Surendra Adhikari. 10th of October 2020, excerpt from the Book of Prophecies written by Andreas Savides, 1970-72. The Greco-Turkish War will begin in the year in which the current superpowers and East Central Asia will be shaken by 2 major earthquakes that will leave everything within a radius of 1,000 kilometers. There will be a chain collision of the Earth's 12 plates. He's talking about tectonic plates. The Earth's axis will shift. large chunks of land will disappear forever and new land will appear in places where there is now sea, and people will seek caves to hide in, while the homeless and the victims will be hundreds of thousands. And the elder said many countries will have a serious drinking water problem because the water will dry up due to destruction of the water-bearing underground layers, which will move and be transported in other directions. And some countries will become like what happened in Sahara, becoming a desert. And the elder said in July 2021, "My children, the shifts of the Earth's axis will cause floods, earthquakes, and great disasters. Half of England will be underwater of the sea, and the sea will be drawn in all over the world." And he said, another ascetic said, "Many big waves are coming. They will be the main ones. Big waves, they will sweep away. They will leave nothing behind." He's talking about tidal waves. Everything will be destroyed in a minute, and the earth will be stirred up. Lord of hosts, imagine a whole region being lifted up. And the elder says, "My children, for the first time in its history, Germany will receive a very large earthquake from there. Its nuclear plants will be in danger. Since 2012, we have been saying this, my children, until Bavaria. There will be a terrible earthquake, but it will not be only there. For the first time, Germany will receive such an earthquake that has not happened in more than 500 years. Germany will not only have natural disasters, but also a nuclear ones. It can be from an accident or an earthquake near its nuclear plants, or from a nuclear war." The elder has been warning since 2012 that America would be destroyed. Half of America will be submerged up to the land of the Indians. It will go under the sea because the San Andreas Fault will open, and there will be signs as far as and destruction as far as Canada, he said. Researchers say a massive earthquake and tsunami could hit the northwest coast of the U.S. New report from researchers says there is a 100% chance of a monster big earthquake. The big one would spread from Canada to California over 800 miles. University of Oregon's Chris Goldfinger told CBN News. Experts have just confirmed that the Long Valley caldera is an approximation between San Francisco and Los Angeles, USA, is about to explode, tearing America apart from inside out. Volcanoes like Long Valley caldera only erupt once every few thousand years. What will trigger this volcano is the earthquake on the San Andreas Fault. Scientists reveal that this earthquake is the biggest earthquake they're waiting for, and so does NASA. Earthquakes can cause volcanic eruptions just as volcanoes can cause earthquakes. And if the San Andreas Fault earthquake causes the Long Valley volcano to erupt, millions of people could die. And evil will strike with all its forces, the elder said. We humans, the only weapon we have is our faith in the Holy Trinity and in our Christ and in the angels and saints. This faith will conquer all dark forces. And this I've transferred for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.